Hi, Wealth Builders. Welcome back to another episode of Sweet Millionaire Formula, the weekly show where we bring together individuals seeking to break the cycle of financial inequality by building generational wealth. I'm your host, Courtney Davis, two-time best-selling author and CEO of Sweet Millionaire Formula. For more information, please follow us on Instagram and to keep up with our webinars and in-person activities. This is going to be another exciting episode, but first, a word from our sponsors. Are you looking for your skin to glow this summer with a hydrating moisturizer that protects against UV rays? Well, Spa Weekend has the perfect item for you. Our new hydrating moisturizer gives you a hydrating skin moisturization that lasts all day. It's lightweight, non-greasy, and perfect for everyday use. When you get out the pool, you're going out to eat, you want to have that moisture and glow to your face, you will use our moisturizer at Spa Weekend Cosmetics. Guess what, Wealth Builders? Build Generational Wealth Period is released on Amazon. Sweet Millionaire Formula has produced its first book and its #1 best-selling. Build Generational Wealth is available now on Amazon. Tired of just hearing how to build wealth and want to know the actual steps? Well, we have the 12 steps to secure your financial future. It's available now on Amazon. Build Generational Wealth. Period. Wealth Builders. Did you know that you have to be the best thing that has ever happened to money? There is no shortage of money, but the avenues you take to get the money that you deserve, it's all dependent on you. You have to be the best thing that ever happened to money. So you're finding yourself in your 30s. You want to be financially free. What does financially free mean? Financially freedom means that you have your monies set up in such a way that it's automatically building you wealth, and you don't have to depend on a job to bring you wealth, because your streams of income have equated to enough money to pay your bills. It also built your wealth, right? So being the best thing that ever happened to money is basically, it's like a mindset shift. It's like, okay, how can I describe this? You making up in your mind that, okay, you want to be financially free, but how are you going to be the best thing that ever happened to money? You're going to be the best thing that ever happened to money because your focus, your discipline, and your dedication is on one specific goal, right? The specific goal is financial freedom, but the avenues you're taking, there can be multiple streams of income that are building your generational wealth, right? So when it comes to money, you have to get it right more times than you get it wrong. That's the only thing with money. Because when you invest, you're taking a risk. When you put your money here, you're going to take a risk. When you set up a financial portfolio, you're going to take a risk. Anything has a risk, but without any risk, you get no reward. And if you're making uneducated financial decisions, then you definitely put your money at high risk with little to no return. And today, I want you guys to be able to change your mindset and be in hindsight, understanding that the years is going to pass, the time is going to pass, and the money is going to be spent. But if the money is going to be spent, it needs to be spent and put into avenues and places that are going to build you generational wealth automatically, right? So today's podcast episode, we're discussing the common money fears, wage gaps, and how to make up your mind about your financial future. What are 5 money affirmations you can say daily, 5 streams of income that you can create right now without you having to leave your job, and then 3 financial vehicles that women can use to grow their money right now. Okay? So, what I discovered in my research is that for every $1 a white man makes, a black woman only makes 63 cents. I'm going to say that one more time so that you guys get the gist of why, in hindsight and in a year from now, why it's important for you to park your money in these different vehicles that we're going to later discuss. For every $1 a white man makes, a black woman only makes 63 cents of that. Now, when we discuss the wage gap and we discuss all of the issues of racism, sexism that comes up against a black woman, especially a black woman, against women in general, but especially a black woman, we're typically the last person to ever reap any benefits of the twice we work twice as hard and we get half the pay, right? And so we know that is the reality. So if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, or if you're in your 40s, we know that you're working a job. It could be healthcare, it could be driving a bus, it could be a nurse, it could be a teacher, it could be um, whatever job that you're doing, you're getting paid 63 cents on a dollar for every $1 that a white man makes. And we have to understand that our working years are about 27 working years compared to the 40 years of a white man, right? So we're only allotted about 30 plus years to actually have working years, which leaves us a lifetime of about 30 to 40 years where we have to be on maybe Social Security or pension or whatever the case. So between 20, 30, 40, and 50, those are your years to maximize building your wealth. And if you're only getting paid 63 cents on a dollar compared to a white man, that means that you have to do the work, the difficult work early. You have to park your money into places that are going to give you a financial return, right? So, with the wage gap that we're facing and your fears of not knowing money, and your fear could easily be from you not even discussing money ever growing up, you not being able to have access to writing a check, or you not having access to know what a credit card is, how a credit card can benefit you. And I believe that when you become literate, financially literate, you become calm and you become confident in your financial choices because you're making choices with your credit that benefit you. You could be living a financially free life while building your business without a 9 to 5. That is a possibility. And we'll discuss more of that in our Master Your Personal Credit, which will be on sweetmillionaireformula.com. But you could be living a totally free your life if you decided on what you wanted to do with your life. But you wake up each day, you don't have a plan for yourself, you don't know where you want to be in 4 years, you don't have um any vehicles for your money set up. And so what you're finding yourself doing is you're spending money before you get it. You're having to pay all your bills and then you have to work again. And you're creating a cycle where you're not giving yourself the chance to think. In today's episode, what we're going to do is we're going to do a small experiment to just help you be able to put your mindset in a way where you can think, right? Okay. And thinking is very important because when you're trying to, I guess, go out of town, or when you're trying to, get a new phone, when you're trying to sign up for a free plan, when you're trying to date, when you're trying to buy an outfit, whatever it is outside of making your money, as a grown adult, you've had to get to this point of where you are now. And that takes thinking, it takes courage, it takes the opportunity to learn from your mistakes, right? So that's the same thing with your money. You have to get into a mindset shift, a wealth mindset shift. And after you buy your purses, after you take your trips, after you have a new iPhone, what do you have to show for it? What good is it to have a iPhone 28 if that iPhone 28 cannot garner you $5,000 a month on your phone? The point of technology improving is to make your life simpler, easier, and AI has made it so that you can make your life super easy. If you want to be an online entrepreneur, if you want to be a YouTube vlogger, content creator, there's plenty of avenues out here. But for some women, that's just not what they're aiming to do. So if you're aiming to publish books, launch a website, launch a nonprofit organization, all of those are also streams of income. But you have to make it in your mind that, okay, if I'm going to start a nonprofit organization, I know that the government can grant me up to $25,000, or I know I can sign up for grants for my nonprofit for $25,000. You can create yourself a salary from your nonprofit. There are plenty of ways for you to monetize yourself and your ideas without you having to settle for working for at a job for 40 years. There's nothing wrong with using your job to establish your credit, to make on-time payments, to get to that 700 score. But once you have your job, you need to make sure that you're parking your money and putting your money into vehicles, which we're still going to discuss, that generate you money automatically. You want to get to a point where your passive income is 3, 5, 10, 20 times more than your active income, right? Your passive income should be what you do as streams of income on the side. Your active income is your one job. So if you have one income, your income, and then you have um one income and then one set of bills, that's a 1-to-1 ratio. But when you have passive income, you'll have a 2-to-1. So you'll be able to have enough money to pay off your bills, and then with your extra income, you'll be able to put it into avenues like building your wealth, as far as like your channel, or you getting equipment, you starting your business, things of that nature. So before you have business credit, before you have perfect credit, you're making small financial decisions with your money that allow you to start the process of building your personal credit, right? So what I wanted to do is today, I wanted to give us at least five money affirmations that's going to help you change your mindset, okay? So this is the first mindset. Say this with me. If you're listening and you're here at this point, just say these affirmations with me. I am disciplined with my spending and only spend money on things that align with my values and goals. I am able to save money effortlessly and consistently. I am open to learning and improving my financial knowledge and skills. I am comfortable setting and sticking to a budget that align with my goals. I am worthy of financial stability and abundance in my life. I am always finding new and creative ways to increase my income. I am able to let go of any financial stress or worries and trust that everything will work out for my highest good. I am confident in my ability to achieve financial freedom and independence. I am grateful for the opportunities and resources available to me to help me manage my money effectively. I am deserving of financial success and abundance in all areas of my life. Amazing, y'all. That was amazing. And those type of affirmations allow you to have a mindset shift. Whatever you tell your mind, your body will follow. But you have to understand that in the times and climate that we're in, we have to make sure that we're making our mind up now, instead of letting 20 persons, 20 trips, 20 missed opportunities go by, instead of parking our money in vehicles that allow our money to grow. So you asked me and you guys question, okay, so where is it that I can have my passive income growing while I'm working my job? And I want to let you guys, keeping your job does not um automatically mean that you cannot have a side hustle. No, you use your job, you pay yourself credit builder card, or whatever bank you're with, you pay yourself builder card. As you watch your credit grow and your credit score grow, then you start to open up and have avenues where you can start to put money into building your side hustle. It's all a stacking game. So one of the ways that is super lucrative in today's society for building wealth and building a stream of income is starting a blog. Blogging is easy and one of the best side hustles for women who want to make money online. It also is a great way to share your expertise and provide value to people looking for more information or guidance. However, making money with blogging is a long game that requires monetization strategy and a lot of hard work. But if done right, it can be profitable in a way of money. In fact, there are bloggers in different niches earning six figures and even seven figures a year. With blogging, you have the ability to generate income in several ways. For instance, bloggers can get paid by sponsored blog posts, affiliate marketing, and allowing ads on their websites. And some offer different digital or physical products such as journals, clothing, and more. Want to learn more? We'll continue to read on how to become a blogger. You can also become a tutor for students. Now, if you have a job where you're working 9 to 3, 9 to 4, you can spend a few extra hours at night teaching students how to do their homework, how to finish their projects. Tutoring also offers one of the best opportunities for side hustles for women who have a passion for teaching. So, if you're not a teacher and you have a passion for teaching, tutoring is your next best option. And if you already have the skills and experience, you could be an online tutor or a teach in person for just about any subject to make extra income. You could advertise your services on Indeed.com. Let's think smarter and not harder, right? You can also teach English online. If you're looking for ways to work from home by teaching English online, consider VIP Kid. They connect you to children who want to learn to speak English. It's a one on one format, and the sessions are quick. You won't have to spend time making lesson plans, so you can focus on teaching. However, since students are mostly from China, VIP Kid teachers work later nights, but this makes work well within your day job, depending on your schedule. So that is something to consider if you want to teach English online as a side hustle. You have sites like Preply and Cambly. That's Preply and Cambly, Cambly. You can teach English to students in China at night. Another passive income is selling an online course. As people actively seek ways to learn, they're not limited to accredited education anymore. There's an online course for just about anything. To get started, think of something that you're really good at, which might be content, editing, drawing, writing. Figure out how to teach others how to get your on your skill level. And you can list your services on sites like Zapper, Zapier. Selling courses is also one of the side hustles for women that are considering a long term gain. But over time, it can become one of the best passive income streams. So that's 3 side hustles right there. You can be a virtual assistant. I know sites like Fiverr that allow you to become a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants services are one of my favorite side hustle. Basically, as a virtual assistant, you provide services to individuals and businesses with all kinds of online administrative tasks. You can offer services depending on skills you already have or are willing to learn. You can offer more specific virtual assistant skills such as social media management, Facebook management, Pinterest management, blog management, and content creation. Ultimately, what you offer will depend on tasks you enjoy doing and the kinds of clients you like to work with most, making this one of your best side hustles for women. That is the fourth way. And now these are some of my for those who are creative. You can become a wedding photographer. You don't need a license to become a wedding photographer. You need a few stock images. You need a website. And you need to be able to promo on Google in your local area, in your local Facebook groups, to be able to become a wedding photographer or a content creator photographer. So this is 5 side hustles that can grow your passive income or that you can work around your work schedule if you are willing to have the extra effort. I believe what you put in is what you get out. So if you don't want to put in any extra work to become successful and be financially free, then you're going to continue to work till you die. But if you could spend the next 5 years building yourself wealth and creating a side hustle that allows you to have 2 and 3, 4 streams of income, then you're putting yourself in a position to not only be able to leave your 9 to 5, but to live on the credit card come up where you can have your business credit, you can have your personal credit, you can be able to grow your lifestyle, grow your brand, all from you making a decision to create an extra stream of income. That is so liberating. That is so it just makes me as a person, me teaching you guys this information and telling you the information, but also you picking up the skills to actually do it. It will change your life. And I know that you want to grow your money automatically, and you can grow your money automatically, but I believe more than you just being able to grow your money automatically, you have to put your money into vehicles that allow you to, build wealth in your sleep, right? So, one of the ways that you can build wealth passively, there are five types of assets that you can have. You can have a dividend paying stock. A dividend paying stock invest in individual stocks or index funds that pay dividends. These payouts can provide a steady stream of income and often increase over time. Okay? You can invest in an asset of rental properties. Owning real estate and renting it out can generate consistent cash flow. Many millionaires have built wealth through rental properties. Real estate crowdfunding. Participate in real estate projects through crowdfunding platforms. It allows you to invest with smaller amounts and diversify across various properties. Peer to peer lending. Lending money to individuals or small businesses through peer to peer lending platforms. You can earn interest on your loans. Building an online business. Creating digital products, offering services, monetizing a blog or a YouTube channel, and online businesses could create and generate passive income over time. Remember, diversifying across asset classes can help manage risk and enhance your overall financial stability, right? Yes. I'm super excited, guys, because I know that with these constant conversations that we're having and the way that you are changing your mindset, you're able to grasp the idea of living financially free. You don't have to be chained to a job. You don't have to be chained to people treating you any old kind of way. You don't have to be chained to a salary a year when you could be making that same salary a month. If you believe it in your spirit, God will bless it. God will bless what you have in your spirit. But if you don't believe it can happen in your spirit, then you continue to live a lackluster life. And it says, like, do your, in Ephesians 6 and 7, it says, do your work with enthusiasm. Work as if you were serving the Lord, not as if you were serving only men and women. You got to put forth an effort to grow whatever gifts that God gave you. Don't just go your whole life and ignore your gifts. You have to make those gifts that He gave you your faith, where you set your faith upon. And if you set your faith upon it, then you can grow your lifestyle upon it because you'll be working to serve individuals, but you'll be working as if you're serving the Lord. And then He'll come and He'll add His strength and part the sea so that you can, whatever you're dreaming in your heart, whatever you're believing in your mind, He'll make that possible for you, right? Okay. So the next segment of our show, y'all know, is addressing comments, questions, and feedback from previous episodes. Okay. So last week's episode was When We Fight, We Win. And we got a lot of feedback from that episode. A lot of women fired up about voting, about getting their information correctly in their state. So they had the proper ID, they had the proper registration to be able to vote. And so what I'm excited about is this election is one of the most historical elections of all time. And when we when Kamala Harris becomes president this November, it's gonna be because of the work that we've done to get her into office. Whether you donated, whether you've told somebody about it, whether you had the conversation in your living room, all of us are collectively working together with this excitement and new energy to be able to promote and get her into office. And I believe it's gonna happen. But let's address some of the comments from last week, okay? So one of our comments was, if Kamala Harris becomes president, what will she do for us? Ooh, okay. So I believe one of the things that Kamala Harris as president will do for us, and when you guys say us, I'm believing you mean the United States of America. And one of the things that I know for sure that she's going to do is save our democracy. Okay? So if we don't have anything else, we'll have the right to vote, to continue on and to vote. I heard President Donald Trump say, we'll make it so good that you won't have to vote ever again. And that scares me. That becomes a dictatorship. So before you guys ask what she gonna do for us, what are you doing for yourself? A lot of people like to put off the work on other people, but what are you doing for yourself to change your own life? How can you be waiting for an election every 4 years for a president to change your life when we have free will here in America, right? I don't know. That to me is what she would do to save America for me. Um I think that that's super imperative that you guys keep in mind that this is a presidential election that happens every 4 years. So don't wait and save your energy of becoming the best you can be every election. Just take the steps you need to take and make your goals plain. When you make your goals plain and you pray to God about them, then He'll start to create avenues and ways for you to be able to accomplish your goals. But you have to be able to start somewhere. Don't just wait for somebody to um one person at an election to be your end all be all. And so some of our key takeaways again for today is to become the best thing that ever happened to money. You know, with the wage gaps that we are experiencing already, you have to make sure that you become the best thing that ever happened to money by being focused, dedicated, and determined to make an extra stream of income. Once you can do it once, you'll do it again and you'll do it again. It's mind over matter. But when it comes to money, you have to get it right more times than you get it wrong. We did our daily money affirmations. I want you guys to say those over again, play the episode back, and say your affirmations again and again. Those vehicles like dividend paying stocks and being able to generate money from dividends, rental properties, crowdfunding, peer to peer lending, or starting your online business are long term gains. And you know that you can have an unlimited amount of wealth when you have a long term mindset, right? So I thank you guys again. We are at 420 impressions in the last 30 days. And I thank every single listener for listening to Sweet Millionaire Formula. If you guys don't mind, subscribe, follow, and hit the follow button on our Spotify. We see that you guys are listening to the episodes, but you haven't followed. So please follow, like, comment, and subscribe to our podcast. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Until then, keep building that wealth, guys.